What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon, and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today, to the best of my ability, I am going to tell you everything you need to know about Revan, the first book in the Old Republic trilogy by Drew Karpyshyn. So before we get started with the video, I do want to let you guys know that if you like my shirt, then you need to check out the Story Geeks podcast. They are super awesome, they're good friends of mine, and they have a lot of amazing content. I'm going to leave a link for you guys down in the description down below. So, to kind of set the stage here, we have the events that happen in the Knights of the Old Republic video game, which basically means that Revan, fell to the dark side. There was this war with Mandalore, they were fighting the Republic, all of this craziness happened, all of that has died down now. We are at peace, and Revan and Bastila are married, they're happy, they're domestic, it's adorable, and it's great. But here's the thing. Revan, when he was redeemed, he's kind of fallen out of favor with the Jedi because he's very gray. He definitely doesn't believe in the Jedi Code because of everything that he's gone through with falling to the dark side, with being redeemed, with redeeming Bastila, falling in love with Bastila, all that kind of stuff. So he's a very different kind of Jedi, and he also doesn't have any of his memories from when he was on the dark side. So at the very beginning of this book, we are introduced to the fact that Revan is having these dreams, these nightmares of a place that he knows he must have gone to, and that a place that he just doesn't remember, and he is overcome with this feeling that something's not right and he needs to investigate it, he needs to figure out what it is. And so that's his quest. He's trying to figure out what exactly is going on here. And through this, we actually get to see a lot of stuff with Mandalore and really old Mandalore legend and myth, and how the tribes are what they are, and why they do things, and the mask of Mandalore, that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna go super into it because I'm not sure what all of that is canon, but it's really cool to see because I know for me, I've only ever seen Rebels. I am going to go back and watch Clone Wars, but I only know about Mandalore from Rebels, so it was interesting to see it back then and see how far it's come, because this book does take place 3,950 some odd years before A New Hope. So it's just interesting to see this society so far removed from it. And there's actually a character in that section that reminds me a lot of Sabine, so that was just really, really cool to see. But after this, Revan continues on, and he comes to find out that the Emperor of the Sith, because way back when the Sith were actually a species, not just dark side Sith users, is building up this empire, and he is going to try and invade the Old Republic. And so Revan decides that he needs to stop it. He is captured by a Lord of the Sith, and he is kept prisoner for 4 years, during which time he's drugged and his force powers are very suppressed. So Bastila back home can't feel him. For all she knows, he's dead because his force presence is basically non-existent. The reason Bastila's left behind is because she was pregnant at the beginning of the book, and by this time she had already given birth, and the fact that he was kept for 4 years means that now their son is 4 years old, and this boy is growing up never having known his father. Around this time, Bastila deploys somebody named Mitra, who is apparently from the Knights of the Old Republic game, to go and find Revan. This kind of bothers me. I really wish that Bastila had been the one to go out and save him. I understand why she stays home. I understand what they're saying about their child and wanting him to grow up with a normal life, blah blah blah. I understand all that stuff, but I just think it would have been cooler if Bastila got to go off and rescue him. But Mitra goes and she infiltrates the Sith. She finds him. They basically convince the Sith Lord that took Revan captive to switch over to their side. And what I'm loving about all of that is that you really are exploring the light side and the dark side. There is no absolute one or the other. They're definitely talking about the balance and what's in between, and how the Jedi aren't exactly 100% right and the Sith aren't exactly 100% right as well. And that's what's really cool. I really, really like that. However, at the end of this book, they do not win, and Revan is taken prisoner again, and the Sith Lord, who had started to come back over to their side, basically betrays them. I have a feeling he's playing the long game. You're probably going to see that play out in the rest of the trilogy, but the Emperor has them under his control yet again, and he's feeding off of Revan's power to like make himself more powerful. But the thing is, at the end of this book, Revan is trying to make it so that he can delay him. He's trying to delay the Emperor's plans, and he keeps saying that, like, if I can stay alive for just like 10 more years, for 50 more years, for 100 more years, I will keep the Republic safe for that long. And at the end of this book, we have this big time jump to like way later in Bastila's life, where she's very old and their son has grown up and she has grandchildren, and they're still safe and they're still at peace. And she's saying that she doesn't understand why Revan never came home, but she knows that he must have succeeded, and he must still be succeeding because they are still at peace. And it was just so cute, and I love it so much. But there is just so much in this book about like redemption and love and light side and dark side, and it's really, really cool. I really do think that the Revan Bastila story was the starting point for the sequel trilogy. I'm interested to know where the rest of the series goes, but I don't think it's gonna follow Revan, because we see the whole cycle, we see his end in this book, so I'm not super interested in it, but I would be interested to know what exactly happens. This is so removed from all of the stuff that happens in canon. It's not even canon anymore, so there's not a whole lot you can get from it, but there are particular story beats, there are particular ways things go down, way things are phrased, certain ideas that I do think are coming back now that Disney has taken over. I think we're seeing some of that in like the animated shows. I think we're seeing some of that in Reylo. I think we're seeing some of that in like the standalone stuff. So I'm very excited, and I do think that if you want to get any information about where the future of Star Wars is, we do need to look back in time a little bit. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for you today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!